Hello and welcome to the Down to Finance podcast by Future Finance Group. My name's Amy and I'm the director, and my amazing team will also feature in some of these series. We are going to help you with learning about how to purchase your first home and everything else finance. Just remember to keep in mind, these podcasts are just general advice. And if you are after something more customized, reach out to your financial advisor, or you can reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to help.
Welcome to DTF, Future Finance episode on how to be a first home buyer ready. Today, we've got some amazing staff members from Future Finance Group with us. We've got Mandy, one of our mortgage brokers. Hey, Mandy, how you going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. And we've got our amazing receptionist, Amber, with us. Hey, Amber, how you going?
Hi, B. How are we?
Yeah, really good. So this is a super exciting topic to talk about with you guys today. How to be a first home buyer. Are you ready? And what are the next steps? So I suppose from a perspective of, am I ready? Am I not? This is so exciting. You are about to take the biggest leap. You're about to set up your own home, to make your own memories filled with love and laughter with all the people you love. It's the foundation of your future and your life. So I suppose it's a daunting subject to talk about, guys.
Yeah.
Filled with lots of fun, but really daunting. So what we want to discuss with you guys today is it doesn't need to be nerve-wracking. It doesn't need to be hard. We're here. That's what we're here for. And we've all been first home buyers at Future Finance Group. So we felt the trepidation and the nerves that you guys are probably feeling right now. So I suppose, Mandy, first of all, you've been a first home buyer with your partner. Do you want to run us through your experience as a first home buyer?
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of the first home buyers that do come through because I was purchasing my first property through COVID. So that was a stressful time in lockdowns and not actually able to go out and see properties. But I think the most important thing is that you do need to rely on your team that you've got around you. So you've got your brokers, you've got your real estate agents that you've built connections with, you've got conveyancers or solicitors, whereas we here at Future Finance Group, we have so many people that we can link people into that can help with all those different aspects. So having a really good conveyancer to look over the contracts is really, really important because then you know what you're getting into, and it doesn't feel as daunting if you get a 100-piece contract and you're looking at it and you don't know where to start, you don't understand any of it, it's all gibberish. And
yeah, absolutely.
It's really good to have those professionals that can provide you the advice around that.
Yeah. So how did you know you guys were ready to buy your first home? Like, what was that feeling, or what got you there?
It's a bit scary to think about it when you're first starting out. You go, are we ready? Are we not ready? And I think the first step was definitely finding out budgets.
Yep.
Working out what can you afford, what's a realistic budget as well. So you could have all the hopes and dreams in the world of buying $1 million property, but then when you actually look at it, you might be looking something more like the 800,000 and bringing those realistic expectations into play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then that way, once you know what your budget is, you can then go out and have a look at those properties in that price range and get really excited around what you can afford and have a look at the different types of properties, whether it's a house or it's a townhouse, and really visualize yourself living in those properties.
Yeah. And I suppose another thing that a lot of people may not know or may not even consider is, do I need savings? Am I entitled to a first home buyer grant? Like, were you aware of all of the I suppose tools that are available to know those things?
No, not at all. As a first home buyer, I didn't know any of that stuff. I was going to my broker and really relying on the knowledge of my broker to explain to me, this is what you need to have to be ready. You need to have X amount of savings. You're eligible for this grant or that grant. And these are the different areas that you can tap into that you might not have been aware of before.
Yeah.
And I really did rely on the knowledge of my broker to help me with that. Because I was going out and thinking I could do one thing when really I could do something way better than what I was anticipating. And that's really exciting to have a look at your bank balance and go, I don't think I can get anything. And then having a chat to your broker and going, well, actually, maybe this is possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Amber, you and your partner were first home buyers, and you actually were a client of Future Finance Group, which is super exciting. Run us through the emotions that you that you felt when you kind of first picked up the phone and called us? And then what was your experience, or what were your expectations of using a broker?
Yeah, so I guess for us, it was, very daunting at the start. Also being very young. Matt and I were 22 and 20 when we bought our
So
first
young,
home.
yeah.
So, yeah, really, really young.
Congratulations on that.
And
It's a great start.
not overly educated.
Mhm.
But like Mandy said, relying on the people around you, relying on your brokers, just opening up and speaking to your friends and not having it as like a secret.
Yeah.
This is what we want to do. This is where we want to be. Writing everything down and having the questions that we wanted answered so that we didn't forget.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
That way we didn't come off an appointment or anything with any unanswered questions.
Yeah.
But also not setting the bar too high.
Mm.
So, for us, we weren't going in thinking, we want to have the best of the best. Obviously we did, but starting from the bottom and being like, well, this is what we can do. If we wanted to save for 3 more months, maybe we can get here.
Yeah.
And understanding it's your first home, not your last home.
Yeah, and it was never going to be a dream home.
Mhm.
So for us, that was, we were looking in that bracket of like something that we can fix, something that we can just make home for the time being. But coming through Future Finance Group, it was so easy, so easy. Everything was explained how we needed it explained. So nothing was confusing. Everything was in steps. This is what we need from you. Take your time getting the information, and then once we've got that, then we'll be able to explain to you what's next. So it wasn't too overwhelming from the get-go. But that's also what we're here for at the end of the day, is to make it simple and to not overcomplicate it.
Absolutely. And just make sure that our clients know that we are there for that whole journey. So you said you and your partner, Matt, bought your first home. So you guys renovated that home, I do believe. And so how did you find your experience with meeting your real estate agent and then taking on their advice and dealing with a conveyancer and solicitors like for the first time? Like, just walk us through that process.
Yeah, so we always wanted something that it was going to be fixable and wasn't going to be perfect. And I think for a lot of people, it's different. So conveyancers don't, see it as like, oh, these clients can fix this house up. They're telling you what's wrong with it, what's going to need fixed. This is what's on the contract. But for us, we knew we wanted to fix all that, start somewhere, and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
At the start, we just wanted to do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And
Put your spin on it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously every house is built different. So it's never going to be your cup of tea, but we were going to make it ours. It was really exciting. And then once everyone else understood the concept of what we were doing, they were also really excited, super helpful. I spent every weekend at Bunnings.
What a great place to spend a weekend, honestly.
We did. And, we had pin boards and spreadsheets of what we wanted it to look like. And renovating also doesn't have to be hard as a first home buyer.
Yeah.
It is easy. It's also hard, but it is easy to look at a house and be like, that needs a lot of work. But sometimes carpet and paint makes it look,
Such a difference.
yeah.
Make it look very fresh.
So just looking at the house as a shell sometimes is easier than looking at it and being like, oh my God,
This isn't
what I expected, or this isn't what I want. Especially as a first home buyer, I think it's good to look outside the box and to see what you can make of it as well at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw some photos. It was amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Mandy, I suppose for first home buyers, I know we touched on it, but the thought of solicitors, conveyancers, real estate agents, open home inspections, am I going to make an offer? Am I going to auction? Like, these are all things, once you've bought a house once or twice, you become a little bit more seasoned to, but it's still stressful. If you could maybe explain to our clients and any potential clients what it is that we do at Future Finance Group that takes that pressure or that stress off those clients, just to really try and, we want to see them succeed and get into that dream
Yeah.
home, and we want that photo frame on the wall with a sold stickers. We want them to experience that feeling. So what is it we do that makes us stand out to other from other companies?
Yeah, great question. So we always start with having a chat with the client and making sure that we're taking it at their own pace is a really, really big one. I think a lot of people work in different ways and you can't rush this process. So we've got to work with the client at their pace when they're ready and provide them all the advice that they need along the way. Having Zoom calls and we provide specific diagrams and action plans and things like that if clients not quite ready to get to where they want to be. But if they are ready, then we hold their hand the entire way through. We can set them up with conveyancers or solicitors that we know work really, really well. We can help them to build that team around them. We
do work really well with amazing local companies.
Absolutely.
We have that great relationship, which then gives our clients that great relationship, which is super important.
Yeah, we have a lot of connections with local estate agents as well. So we can, always call them up and say, hey, we've got a client that's pre-approved that's looking at coming through to this property, and give them a little bit of a very brief background on the client just so that they know this client really is ready, that when they do put an offer in, it is then taken seriously by the vendor. It's not just someone that's deciding to go around to open homes that doesn't have a pre-approval. These people are really genuine. They've got their approval sorted. So that might cause their application or their offer to carry more weight with them as well. We can also set them up with many people that can help with financial planners if that's something that a client is requiring. So there's a lot of connections that we do offer to our clients, as well as we offer a lot of support the entire way through with our team. Our reception team's there to answer any calls. Your broker's always available to answer any of those scary questions. We offer guidance around making offers, about how to go to auction, what happens at an auction, and just tips and tricks like that.
Yeah, amazing. We're pretty good here at Future Finance Group.
If we do say so ourselves, yes.
I must say. Amber, as our reception guru, walk our clients through the process. So they ring you up and they're like, hey, Amber, I want to buy a home. What's the process?
Yeah, so it's really that simple.
It is, isn't it?
It really is. And I think for a lot of people, they think it's not that, they think it's hard. But yeah, so it's initially a 5 to 10 minute conversation with either myself or Christian on reception. We gather base information, wages, how much you want to borrow, where you want to live, pretty much. And then any liabilities that you've currently got. Once we've got a little bit of information, we'll send out to the clients what's called our Hello Pack, so like our welcome pack. And in there, it's just a couple of our online portals where we gather all your ID documents, your pay slips, your bank statements, privacy and consent, those sorts of things for us to be able to give that financial advice.
So can I just ask, Amber, with that, so we at Future Finance Group gather all this information before we set up an appointment with the clients, just so they understand it. Can you explain why we do that?
We want to be able to give accurate figures. We don't want to sit there and have a conversation with you and say, this is what we can do for you, and then we get your pay slips. And it's like, well, I'm really sorry. This is what we said on paper, but your income doesn't match. Or, we want to be able to give the client the correct answer from the get-go. So if we take the time to read those things before we actually sit down and say, this is what you can or can't do, it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to make things run smoother. And there's going to be less confusion around
It gives a really clear guideline.
So once we've got majority of that information, the brokers will kind of have a little look at it, and then we'll pop you in for the Zoom appointment, go through all the figures. And if the clients are happy to go from there, we'll then lodge that application to get that pre-approval. I definitely think going to your open homes with a pre-approval under your belt is, like Mandy said, a lot better. Real estate agents will take you a little bit more seriously. But once again, it's really, really simple. It's 20 minutes out of your day. And if it's something that you really want to do, I think just sitting down, whether it is by yourself or with your partner or your parents or whoever it is with, sitting down, submitting, the documents that we do need and just getting it done instead of lingering, letting it sit there and thinking that it's too hard.
Make that dream a reality.
It just becomes a lot easier and it's a smoother process for everybody, really.
And then also which we won't touch too much on, but we do offer with first home buyers, there are the security guarantor options. So, you know, it could be that we have a conversation with the clients and it is, you're not quite there, but there is the option of a security guarantor, which is something that we can explore with your broker. So, no is never a no. It just might be
just a not yet.
right now.
Yeah.
But we'll certainly explore all of that. So, Mandy, can I ask if you had one bit of advice you could give to a client who is ready to go, ready to make that first phone call to Future Finance Group to help change the next step of their chapter, what would it be?
Sounds simple. Just do it.
Just do it.
I guess because
easy.
if you don't think you're ready just yet, we can help you get there.
Yep.
We can put out an action plan together. We can show you the steps the entire way through of what it's going to take to get you there, and an approximate time frame as well. So it's not just like, oh, go away and save X amount of dollars. It's, you know, let's put a plan together for the next 3 months. You're going to be saving X amount per week. And then in 3 months' time, you're then going to have the amount to go out and purchase what you want.
Yep.
So it sounds scary to make that call because there's a lot of unknowns and there's a lot of information that you might not understand when you're reading on the internet, but that's our job. We are there to break it down, make it really, really simple for you, hold your hand and guide you the entire way through.
Yeah. Amber, can I ask you, when you and Matt bought your first home, you slapped that sticker on that sign and you were like, it's ours, we're first home buyers. What was the conversation like? Did you both look at each other and go, that wasn't as hard as we thought? Or like, what was that initial thought after that sticker went up?
It's still exciting thinking about it actually, because you're like, wow, like I have come that far. Like we did do that.
Yeah.
And the people were still living in the home when we stuck the sold sticker up, and they were inside, and I was like, I just bought your house.
This is mine
Like,
now.
this is mine
my
now.
home.
It's a real sense of achievement.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting, and it's really, I don't really have any other words other than it's so exciting to just be like it's such a huge achievement, and to finally get the sold sticker up and be like, we're going to be in there in, 30, 60 days.
I suppose from my perspective, I'm sitting here and we're talking about it, and I'm like, the look on your face just then, and I hope, people can see it. That's what makes our job so amazing.
Absolutely.
Like your face and that smile talking about that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go home today and I'm like, I've done my job and I didn't even do that bit.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's still exciting so many years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to hear our clients, when we talk to them, because when you buy your first home, that's not the end of our journey with you. We're here forever. We're going on to your top ups and your bigger cars and your families, and we're celebrating all of those wins with you in that beautiful home. But those expressions and those smiles, they're what we come to work for.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing.
So it keeps us going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I suppose the only advice from all of us can be is call us, email us, reach out. Any conversation starts with us, and then we'll help you. We'll get you there. We want to celebrate that win with you. We want to be up there putting the sold sticker with you. So
we get just as excited.
Yeah. Don't feel like it's too hard or you don't know where to start, because that's what we're here for. So I really appreciate your time today, ladies. It's been an awesome chat, and I hope that you guys have got something out of it. For more information, subscribe, or please contact our amazing receptionist, Amber and Christian, to get further details. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.